What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I know I've got a lot to say about CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk 2077 the last 2 days. I'm sure the coverage will continue up until the game's release. There's so much going on right now. If you haven't yet, we are only 14,500 subscribers from 1 million. That means if everyone watching this video right now who isn't subscribed or doesn't have a YouTube account, either subscribed or created one and then subscribed, we would hit it today. And I'll give you 30 days free of not whining about getting people to subscribe. Let's do this. We can totally do this week. Now, there has been a warning issued over Cyberpunk 2077, and Twitter, of course, is losing its mind, blaming CD Projekt Red, claiming that they actually want to end your life through some of the in-game decisions. Now, there was an epilepsy charity that placed a statement out in terms of a safety update. This says, epilepsy charity calls for urgent Cyberpunk 2077 safety update following reviewer report of a seizure. Epileptic Cyberpunk 2077 reviewer warns they suffered a major seizure while playing. Now, if I had epilepsy, I don't know why I would be playing games like this, but I suppose I don't really know. I don't know. I'm sure everybody's triggers are a little bit different. A game critic has warned that CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077 features several triggers which could cause seizures in vulnerable people. Now, at release, Cyberpunk 2077 does not appear to carry an epileptic warning, and it's not clear how the offending scenes pass through platform holders' certification processes. UK Epilepsy Action has called for urgent updates to Cyberpunk 2077 following the Game Informer's report. Louise Cousins, Epilepsy's Action Director of External Affairs, said in a statement issued to VGC, "We are alarmed and saddened that a video game reviewer has had a epileptic seizure triggered by the game before it was even launched. The game features rapidly blinking lights and other animations that could cause these issues with people with photosensitive epilepsy. These features are unsafe and should be avoided to make the game more accessible." So, again, what is their statement here? Now, shout out to, I'm not going to discredit anybody with epilepsy, but understand what they're saying is remove this feature for everybody to protect a tiny percentage of people. That's what they're demanding. They're demanding everyone who doesn't have epilepsy have a feature removed to protect the few that do, rather than the logical thing, have a warning displayed on it. With huge demand and excitement for building for its release, it may pose serious risk to people with this issue. The developer, CD Projekt Red, should consider how they can update the game to make it safer. A disclaimer warning at the beginning isn't enough. So they're not asking for a disclaimer. They're demanding its removal. They're demanding the game be changed. Now, maybe this is something easy. They can just go in there and patch it out. Maybe make a setting inside the game settings to just turn off, possible scenes that are flagged like this. I don't know. Certainly it doesn't seem impossible to do, but the demand 12 hours before the game release seems a little self-absorbed. Now, in a guide for epileptic users who wish to play the much anticipated game, Rupert warned of several visual elements and dangerous scenes that could trigger these type of players. During my time, I suffered one major seizure and felt several moments where I was close to another one, Rupert wrote. Why would you do this? I kept going. I made the decision to, and I felt like the decision helped me sort of slap together a little guide for players wanting to take part in the game in fear of missing out. No video game is worth your life, period. All right? I don't understand why that has to be said, but I'm going to say so. Now, is there an issue? Is there an issue with people who have epilepsy pointing out that there are sections of the game that may make it difficult on them? No. Should a game designer be, aware of these things as they develop? Yeah, I do. This is a negative PR, this is negative PR. Now, is Twitter's reaction to it normal? No, of course not. You see Steven Spahn here saying, I'm deeply disturbed by the... why do these people... I like Steven, but why do you always have to use such over-the-top language? Says the guy who's probably going to title the video, CD Projekt Red is literally trying to kill you. I'm deeply disturbed by the reports I'm seeing of fellow disabled gamers. People are reporting migraines, dizziness, and light sensitivity from this kind of lighting. I hope you look into this. No one should have to risk a seizure to play a video game. Well, you could also just not play the game. I don't understand. Now, there is a part, though, where it's like literally like how they actually do the test. Game Informer says, for those that are prone to epileptic episodes, we wanted to offer PSA. It says here, the headset fits over both eyes and features a rapid onslaught of white and red blinking LEDs. Much like the actual device neurologists use to trigger real-life seizure when they need to trigger one for a diagnosis purpose. It's not modeled off the IRL design. It's a very spot-on coincidence. And because of that, this is one aspect that I would personally advise you to avoid altogether. When you notice the headset come into play, look away completely or close your eyes. This is a pattern of light designed to trigger an epileptic episode, and it very much did that in my own personal playthrough. Now, this is a fine warning, and honestly, CD Projekt Red should have, at minimum, I think asking for a warning in front of the game is a realistic reaction. Demanding changes, though, that is not a realistic reaction. Let's just take a look at some of the replies here. Here's your Cyberpunk 2077 fan base sending flashing images to an epileptic to punish her reporting on the game-inducing seizures. A game she says she loves, she's still playing despite the grand mal seizure it caused her. CDPR cultivated this fan base. No, it didn't. I would argue that years of adversarial relationships between video game journalists combined with the ownage culture that Twitter literally rewards, that's probably what it is. Now, if I had this condition, it would be very easy to turn off autoplay GIFs and things like that on Twitter. We actually saw a lawsuit over this that I think that Kurt Eichenwald actually won. Good grief, the replies. If your response here is to leap to defend the fan base and not condemn the hundreds of people within it, then wow, do you have your head wedged up your crudely wiped bum. Again, you're a moron, John. Here's a classic blue checkmark that punches a bee's nest and then whines when they the co-founder of Rock Paper Shot. Of course it is. Oh, so it's a game journo. Okay, so listen, game journo, what you said was you blamed CD Projekt Red, right, the fan base, and then you got mad when the overwhelming majority of the fan base that isn't doing it decided to call you out. The same thing here from Jim Stormdancer, a sandwich Imagineer, writing, CDPR will, of course, accept no blame for spending 8 years cultivating this fan base. This is known as externalized cost. All this coming from Liana Rupert, who wrote, I did have a bad seizure while playing the game, but look, I get it. I'm stubborn. I'll push myself through anything if a desire is high enough. Don't be like me. If you have any sort of epilepsy leanings, here's what you need to do. Be safe, friends. I don't think that her comment is bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, her comment is not condemning CD Projekt Red. Her comment is not, doing anything bad. So if she got a ton of backlash, well, that's probably not fair. Warning, I've been sent hundreds of clips, just videos disguised as support that are deliberate flashing to induce photosensitive triggers. If you're sharing this saying you're epileptic and receive a video, don't press play. I'm going back to being on my rear. Be better, please. We can make changes and raise awareness without attacking the devs. Keep it civil and productive. We can make gaming better. Look at how much accessibility has grown in the last 2 years alone. Don't go after the devs. That's not the right move here. Conversation, not insults. I appreciate the kind words. I'm having a hard time keeping up with all of it, but I'm seeing this warp in something that is kind of weird, making this not about epileptic safety, and I'm not comfortable with that. Please stop sharing the latter. Just focus on the article. Reasonable. Now you can say, I'm getting angry now. I spent all night crying and now I'm just mad. Everybody is talking about the gamer's reaction now and not about the actual epilepsy and using this to hurt others, and I'm so frustrated. Look, here's the thing. If you deal with this type of stuff, yeah, I 110% support having a detailed guide. Like CD Projekt Red could publish a guide that says, hey, like, here are some sections in the game that you need to look away. I think that's helpful. Blaming the fan base, blaming the developers, obviously is dumb. I genuinely can't get this article out of my mind. Here's a helpful PSA to help you not die while playing a hot new video game. We gave it a 9 out of 10. How do you not just walk away from this entire hobby after reading this? I'm glad this article exists because it shows how awareness of this being spread, plus concrete examples of how to protect epileptic people, is good. But Game Informer's framing is so impossibly dark. The headline should be, releasing a game that could end people as evil and also illegal. I mean, if we look at here, this epileptic PSA, it probably is a little over the top. There's a lot of ignorance in the responses here. Epilepsy is a spectrum. Not all epileptics are susceptible to base level alternating light patterns that cause games warn about. Cyberpunk actually uses 3 types of MAL trigger: red and blue color, switching, flicker, and dither lighting judder. I mean, yeah, good. Have this PSA, protect it. This says, I really hope the writer received hazard pay for this. I would accept it. Our leadership goes above and beyond to take care of us. I made the decision to continue on and didn't inform my team that I had a seizure until the following day. If I had, I would have, if I would have asked to stop, I would have been able to, no questions asked. Yeah, let's not, I mean, I feel like I've come across this writer before in the past. I feel like maybe it was a negative interaction, but I mean, I can't remember it. I don't think that they're making anything unreasonable here. I think there are enough people that deal with epilepsy to let it, to let people know about it. CD Projekt Red could easily put a warning and put out some help for people, but to attack fans and attack CD Projekt Red like this was on purpose is ridiculous. You see a lot of posts like that. Here's this. Clearly, some of you didn't read the article, so you should scan down the page where those who are familiar. You don't model a medical device down to its function by accident. To even model the strobe effect, you became aware what the device is used for. It's simply not possible. Essentially saying that CD Projekt Red did this on purpose and wants people to lose their life playing the video game, which is, of course, hilarious. LaMao CDPR has a reputation of being the good company that makes good game. Their fans treat them like gods because of it, so they freak out and pounce on even the slightest negative connection. CDPR, even the connection about an epilepsy warning. Why are their fans so trashy? The best possible explanation is, well, we're already going to have an epilepsy warning, and it's cool visual, so let's do it. Pure thoughtlessness. But CDPR doesn't get the benefit, not at this point. They're too big in a long history of bad behavior. Twitter is full of people losing their mind and saying that, CD Projekt Red is like the most evil company ever and that they totally knew and did this on purpose. Let's relax. I'm sure CD Projekt Red will issue a warning. They may even tone down some of those scenes. Just give them a chance, all right? Let's stop being so moronic, Twitter. I know that's a dumb request. Hey, make sure you subscribe. I've got lots more videos today. Lots more content for you. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll talk to you again real soon.